y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Patty, for those of you who do not know, and we're getting into another video. I'm not going to do a whole long intro to talk about how to choose the perfect travel partner. Everybody has a travel bug, everybody wants to see the world, but there's a few things you should know, okay, when it comes to vetting your travel partner prior to just getting up and going on a trip with anyone. And there's also a video on my channel where I talk about kind of steps in a guide to girls trips and how you can stay friends. So if you need that information, check out that video. So we're going to start off with number one is know the budget, okay? If you cannot openly express your desires when it comes to what type of trip this is going to be, are we being budget friendly, what is the max that you want to spend, you need to talk about it. I think it's a big indicator if you are not comfortable with letting this person know what your budget is, what you're not trying to exceed, that's a red flag that maybe this isn't someone you should go on a trip with, okay? So know the budget. Know what type of, situation this is about to be. Are we going all out? Are we sticking and trying to be, save some coins? Know the budget and discuss the budget prior to getting on the trip. Prior to getting on the trip, especially when it comes to things like booking lodging and excursions, what type of restaurants y'all are gonna go to, you need to discuss the budget. Number two is going to be, can you trust this person with money? Let's talk about it, okay? Everybody is not very good with money. You cannot trust everybody with money. For example, if you've gone out to eat with a person and let's say for whatever reason they only accepted one form of payment, did that person pay you back right away? Did you have to keep asking them about it? Did they tell you prior to going out to dinner that they did not have it and they just kind of looked at you when the bill came? Trusting the person you're traveling with money. Okay, are you gonna put lodging on your card and I do airfare or I do excursions? You have to be able to trust this person with money, unless you're gonna book everything on your own, which is also something you can perfectly do. But to me, to be honest, y'all, if you're gonna be traveling with somebody, especially if you classify them as a friend, y'all need to have that bond and trust when it comes to money, and also being able to be honest and saying, hey girl, I want to go, but this is my budget. And also planning ahead, okay? You want to go to these fancy restaurants? Are there cheaper places that you can go grab something to eat and go to the fancy restaurant and just get a drink or so? But you need to be able to trust this person with finances and to being able to talk to them about it, okay? Especially when it comes to paying you back on time. Like, sometimes people will wait until you book things and they're like, oh, hey, well, by the way, I'm not gonna be able to pay you to win XYZ. Talk about it, okay? We need to start feeling more comfortable being transparent when it comes to money. Number three is this person timely? If you are going somewhere that requires reservations, you're gonna want to go with someone who is timely, especially if you're going to bigger cities, Atlanta, Houston, some restaurants in Vegas. You gotta show up on time. Most restaurants do have that 10-15 minute grace period. However, you don't want to be rushing. Actually, one of my personal pet peeves is rushing. I sweat real easily, so I'm not a fan of running in the airport, being late. Like, timeliness is super, super important to help ensure a smooth travel experience, okay? Because these planes will leave you. Number four is to clearly discuss the objectives of this trip, okay? Is this a turn-up trip? Are we going to party and have a lot of fun? Is this a relaxing vacation? We're dialing it back, we'll sleep in. Talk about the objective of the plan, of the trip. And also, I would say being okay if someone has a different objective than you, because some people, they want you to do every single thing that they want to do on the trip, and when you're spending a lot of money to go to different countries, you also want to get in your own experiences. So please discuss the objectives of the trip prior. Do not go in with all these assumptions of, well, you know, we were going here and we were going to turn up, and this person was like, I mean, I just wanted to sleep in. You know what I'm saying? So discuss those objectives. Number 6 is, have you seen this person upset before? Do they have the ability to pivot? If you've traveled often, frequently, or if it's your desire to, you need to learn how to pivot, because sometimes things do not go according to plan. Is this person calm under stress? Do they go off, you know, when they're under stress? Because I'm gonna tell you, sweetheart, I'm not going to jail in another country for nothing or for nobody, okay? So it is very important to see and know how this person operates under stress, and if one thing is gonna ruin the entire day. Like, let's say you get there, your luggage is not there yet, it's not gonna arrive the next day. Is that gonna completely ruin your first day of your vacation or wherever you are? Being able to pivot, to me, is essential for a wonderful travel partner, because things happen. Sometimes flights get delayed, sometimes flights get canceled, sometimes you'll get to hotels and reservation mishaps occur. Can this person pivot? Because I am not spending all this money to get somewhere and have a bad time, okay? Feel the feels, yes, absolutely, but you gotta be able to get over it, in my personal opinion. Okay, number 7 is, how does this person act under the influence? We're gonna put it out there, y'all. Y'all know people go on vacation and people like to drink a lot, people like to do drugs. How does this person react? Does this person just up and go missing and don't communicate? Is this person hypersexual when they drink? Does this like, y'all need to have these conversations, okay? We are grown adults. You need to talk about it, because I personally do not like taking care of super drunk people. Everybody has a moment. I've had moments, okay? I've had my share of moments as well. But you also, let's say for example, you're going to a country that is, you know, let's say more is Islamic, right? Is this person gonna go there and start being hypersexual with the men's, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to put yourself in those uncomfortable situations. Also, talking about that, are you okay with that person bringing somebody back to the room, or they going somewhere else? You need to be able to be very transparent with a good travel partner, okay? You don't want to have to go searching for somebody. Like, sharing locations, I think, is also an amazing tip, safety tip. Y'all need to have each other's locations at all times. But knowing how this person responds under the influence is going to be key. Do they get angry? Are they emotional? Keep those things in mind. Next, I am going to suggest to go on a trial trip. Now, I have gone straight out of the country with people for the first time traveling with them. However, I personally highly recommend you do it a short local trip. If you're just going maybe 2 hours away for the beach through a weekend, Atlanta, you're just going somewhere close, so you can see how this person really reacts. I think a lot of people have the desire to be the all-purpose friend, and not everybody really is the all-purpose friend. So you can kind of gauge to see, like, okay, this went well, this didn't go well, maybe I shouldn't spend all this money to go out of the country with somebody. Like, definitely recommend that. One of the biggest things in my tips and suggestions is to trust your instincts. Especially when it comes to safety. Safety is really important, and I think you should talk about it. As many of you may or may not know, I went to Barcelona a few months ago with one of my really good friends, and y'all, we do our research when we go places, right? And if you don't know, Barcelona is known for heavy pickpocketing, right? So do you have the measures in place to protect yourselves? Are you going somewhere where sex trafficking is super high? Is this person aware of their surroundings, or do you now have to be hyper aware of your surroundings and this person? Those things are going to be very important, guys. Is a person you're traveling with overly trusting to new people? You're meeting people on vacation sometimes, and it can be a wonderful experience. And I'm not telling you to be like, think of everyone as an enemy, but is this person going to be telling everybody exactly where you're staying, exactly where you're from? Do y'all have code names in place? These things are important. These things are very, very important. Some people are really, really good at scamming and putting on different personas, and you don't want to get got. So that is something that's super, super important, is vetting if this person is gullible or not. The last tip that I'm going to leave you with is knowing and finding out if a person is better with doing maybe two, just you and that person on a travel group, or if they can operate in larger groups. And I'm here to tell you from personal experience, I've been on a multitude of girls trips inside the US as well as outside, and not everybody travels well with others, okay? Not everybody plays well. One of the reasons I'm a bigger fan of hotels instead of Airbnbs is everybody lives differently. Everybody operates with different temperatures. Everybody wakes up at different times. Some people are not good at flexing their schedules. Like, let's say, for example, it usually takes you 2 hours in the bathroom. Are you comfortable with shortening that or moving outside to finish, or the bathroom to finish getting dressed? Those things matter. And that kind of goes back into that point of, is this person able to pivot and be flexible? And not everybody is, and you need to know your truth. Know your truth. I have pretty much kind of solidified my travel group, and I have a lot of people that I love to travel with, and I know who to travel with where, and sometimes that really just comes with trial and error. Doing it and finding out what you like, finding out who you are. And I'll give you a rundown a little bit about me to help you kind of decipher and think about what things you should consider. I like to stay in bougie places, okay? I want to stay at the 5-star luxury resorts. I do not want to live like a local. I do not. That is not my thing. I want centralized air conditioning. Yes, I do. And I also like hotels because a lot of them have cameras. And when you're staying in certain countries, I like that there's footage of where I've been, history of where I've been, in the event that things go wrong. I also am a fan of staying at resorts and hotels because I get hangry. I am not the person that skips meals, y'all. I am not, unless I am really going through something. I am the 3-4 meal type of day girl. And some people don't eat breakfast. Some people don't start eating until like 12, 1, 2 o'clock. I am going to be unhappy. I'm going to be unhappy. I'm going to spoil the fun. Your girl gets hangry. And that's something that I've realized that I need. Also, something I would say take into consideration is, what is your temperature? I run hot. So I love staying and rooming with people who like it cold, which is another reason why I'm more of a fan of the hotels than Airbnbs. Even though Airbnbs are wonderful, and I probably will do it for a bigger trip, depending on where I'm going and who I'm going with, because I like being able to control the temperature for myself. I run hot, so I like it cold. I hate doing my makeup and I'm hot and sweaty. Hate moisturizing, I'm hot and sweaty. I don't like going to sleep when I'm hot and sweaty. Even if I'm going into a tropical environment where I lodge, I like for it to be cold. Activities, that's where I'm kind of feel like I can float around. Sometimes I do want to do things that the locals do. I don't always want to go to Instagrammable places, but I will, you know, if it's that type of trip. I also like nature. So that's kind of the reason why I travel with so many different people, is I like an array of experiences. I know with certain friends, we're going to do a lot of nature stuff. We're going to take hikes. We're going to go do water-based activities. We're going to relax. I know some friends, I'm going to turn up, okay? I know I need to hydrate properly before that trip. I know we're going and we're going to be very fashionable, so my looks are going to be on point. And then I have some friends, we're just going to chill. We're not going to make an itinerary. We're just going to wake up and go with the flow and see where life takes us. So keep those things in mind when you are deciding to find your travel partner. And I hope that was helpful to you. If you have any questions for me, please let me know. I am here to help because I want everybody to have really, really good travel experiences. And some of these things you just will not know until you run into these experiences. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I will catch y'all in another video. Bye.